Human infants prefer generosity. Giving something valuable to others strongly increases happiness in young children, in toddlers. And the third point is that equanimity and compassion can produce beneficial changes in the body and in the brain that promote physical health. So, if we can start this video, this is a video that was shown to 6-month-old babies. And what we can see in this video is this little cartoon, and that's one of the videos. Now, a second video that was shown to 6-month-old infants is this video. Now, it turns out that 6-month-old babies prefer the first one. They look more at the first one than at the second one. We can use very simple behavioral methods to infer preference. And infants prefer the helper compared to the hinderer. This is a study which was published recently that simply shows that if you ask children how happy they are if they receive a treat versus giving a treat that they really like to somebody else, it turns out that they are the happiest when they give something they really care about, when they give it away to another. That produces the strongest levels of happiness compared to playing with a toy they prefer or other activities, receiving a treat. If they can give the treat away, they actually are happiest compared to all of the other conditions that are tested. The third point is whether virtuous qualities of mind, like compassion and generosity, may be biologically advantageous. Biologically advantageous in the sense that they promote healthy changes in the brain and in the body, which may be important for both physical health and also for mental well-being. And so there are many examples of this now. One is the impact of mindfulness and compassion meditation on the immune system and also on inflammation. And Brooke actually has done some important work, which I'm sure she'll talk about in this area. And there's now increasing scientific evidence to show that equanimity and compassion both are associated with beneficial changes in these immune and inflammatory processes. We also find that the generation of compassion through simple meditation practices can promote changes in the brain that are associated with resilience, being able to let go of destructive emotions quickly and not carry them, not hold grudges, not show negative emotion which persists in situations where it's not very useful. And so I'll just give two simple examples of this. This is from a study that was published now many years ago. It was one of the first studies to show this, that people who never meditated before and who practiced simple mindfulness meditation, which promoted more equanimity and reduced their anxiety, after just 8 weeks, show a boost in their immune response to a flu vaccine. And in very recent work, we have looked in the brain, and this is an example of a hypothetical example of one person who responds to a stressful challenge, and a second person who responds to the same challenge, but that second person returns back to baseline more quickly. And in that way, they're carrying around the negative emotion less. they are showing a pattern that we would consider to be resilient. On the slide here is an example of individuals who are practicing either mindfulness meditation or compassion meditation for 8 hours in our laboratory. These are individuals who are all living in the West and who have a minimum of a 10-year meditation practice daily. And after 8 hours of compassion practice, in red are the long-term meditators, and in blue are novices. And what this is representing is signals in the amygdala of the brain, an area that is very important in responding to threats and very involved in stress and anxiety, among other things. And what we see is that after 8 hours of compassion practice, the meditators, after the 8 hours of compassion, the meditators are showing a reduced response in this area of the brain to pictures that depict human suffering and that elicit certain kinds of negative emotions.